All the storylines, all the drama built to this. A season spent apart, taking jabs, now right next to each other in proximity. FIU and Liberty getting ready to go at it. And I suppose you could say the same for Billy Gil and Alejandro Solana, who will be getting his first pitch live right here on ESPN+.
Basketball, softball, and of course, baseball games. All right. Alex
Brought about
Solana,
by his
fire
own
away.
wish to throw this. The end result from the slab. Lofted high and to the plate. Solana, your first takeaways from your opening salvo.
I believe if FIU needs a righty for a couple innings, they might inquire. I made some connections down there by the bullpen, and look, if I know Corey, you have Billy next to you. I think he can handle it for a couple innings if I got to go down there and throw some pitches.
I feel like Corey has been spending the season trying to turn us against each other, and I would like to offer you the opportunity of an alliance today.
Seeley stings it straight to Ulloa. 1 out.
I think me and you work against Books here. It's his nickname. And that's it. We have a good game. No need for this rivalry that Corey Brooks has created in his head.
Thank you, man. Nah, I'm good.
Oh, wow. Okay, jeez. I'll tell you right now, Kashawn Frett's going to hit a home run today.
Okay.
Solana, you have any predictions for today?
I do like Kashawn Frett to hit a home run, Billy. You actually stole that one from me, even though he just struck out there.
I was going through your notes while you were on the mound.
Matt.
The problem with me and dunking was my hands are not big enough to palm it with one hand.
You have Kenny Pickett hands?
I couldn't. I'm not short per se, but I couldn't palm it with one hand.
Frett to the deepest part of the yard.
Get out.
Still got some energy to it. And it does not matter what part of the ballpark. Kashawn Frett makes a Billy Gil called splash. What I was looking for yesterday, because you were trying to bait me into a Heat retired numbers conversation, I kept thinking there's a jersey up there that is odd. Dan Marino's was what I was trying to come up with.
Yeah, we've talked about it. Dan Marino and Michael Jordan.
Don't bring me into that conversation.
Oh, that I was going to ask you actually.
Where
that's
it gets
actually
really dubious.
Yeah, that's actually. I'm glad you're here for this.
Yeah.
We were talking about retired Heat numbers.
Yeah, I heard it.
And Corey was taking some shots at some of the retired numbers, which I thought was
not at all
very unfair.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Quick check. But that said, Solana, do you have a least favorite Heat retired number?
We shouldn't ask.
I do not. I do not. I would like to talk about literally anything else. Corey, can you remind us which way the flag is moving, please?
The final Billy Gil experience of the year here on ESPN+. So
Yeah, sad.
we try and conclude as many storylines as possible here that have been ongoing throughout the year, including the appearance of a baseball here in the press box.
Oh, yeah, we got a ball here.
Where
What do you
Billy's
want to do with this?
going to showcase the pitch grips that the pitchers are using.
Oh, that's a great idea,
with
Corey.
no camera up in the press box.
Yeah.
So a simply take our word for it audio-visual medium.
I did think I threw a strike, and I really thought I brought the heat until I have now seen the tweet of the actual analytics.
I didn't want to tell you.
So I didn't throw a strike.
No, not quite.
Almost.
But that said, and I am questioning it a bit.
If it was a grenade, you would have gotten the job done.
If you only look at the first screenshot, over 50 miles an hour is really good, actually.
13 inches horizontal break, I would like to
Telling you what,
add, is pretty impressive as well.
Telling you what, all of a sudden, we're talking about a cutter here.
Hold it like this.
Yeah?
Where's your ball? Did you keep the ball?
That's the ball.
No, that's not the ball. He brought that ball. Did you get the ball?
Oh, the ball's right there.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You want to sign it?
No, I don't
Oh, I
want
was talking to Corey.
Wow. Jeez.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm trying here, Corey.
Hey.
By the way, just to circle back to something I did hear on the broadcast yesterday.
Uh-oh. I know where this is going.
Payoff pitch swung through. K number 2 of the frame. 2 Ks in each of the
I
first
was
two.
told you were at an event, not watching the broadcast. I was given carte blanche to say whatever I wanted.
I don't hate my mom, but my mom does hate me.
Oh.
Disappointment more, if anything.
She's disappointed in you?
Yeah.
Why do you have successful siblings?
I have very successful siblings, and then I'm just the guy on local AM radio.
You're successful. You're on the Heat broadcast. You're on CBS 4 on Sunday nights. You're successful.
Thank you.
What do your siblings do? Doctors? Who cares? A million doctors out there.
I agree.
How many Heat pregame show hosts are there? So when's the wedding?
That is a conversation maybe we should avoid.
Adonis Velez, shortstop to shortstop. Marsh throws across the diamond and in time. So
I'm free in
Ks
October.
In each of the first two. Billy Gil goes right back to stirring up conflict.
Love to see Woodward get out of this inning. He had nobody on, 2 outs, quick work, and then not sure if that was ruled an error by Ulloa at second.
Base hit,
but could have been the situation there. Then gets a walk.
That one stung into right. Deering's going to have to get to it quickly. He throws home, and this is a 2-1 game. Cam Troyer, who came in with a phenomenal surge over the course of the last 20 games, will add another RBI, his first in Miami.
I might have provided the good old-fashioned broadcaster's jinx there,
yeah,
but you almost felt it coming.
Yeah.
The inning just kind of got away from Woodward there.
That was really good prep by Solana, Billy. He's talking about the FIU Athletics podcast.
Yeah.
Did you listen to that episode?
I haven't heard your podcast yet, no.
No. Okay.
I've got a couple notes.
I'll get around to it.
I appreciate it.
I mean, do you want him listening to your podcast, though? Because I'm sure that he could give you tips on how to make it, not that it's not great. I'm sure it's great, but from a technical standpoint, you know, I'm sure he's got some tips for you if you'd like them.
This is a coachable profession.
Yeah.
You need to be ready to accept criticism in all forms.
What's the worst part about his podcast, Solana? Have you ever seen anyone trip on their shoelaces? Everyone always says, tie your shoelaces or you're going to trip. I don't think I've ever seen anyone. And if they do, minor injuries, right?
It's certainly not a massive health concern generally.
It's definitely not the whole to-do that everyone makes of your shoelaces being untied.
Correct.
Good point.
I mean, you know this. It's generally coming from parents, and parents are, we hope, concerned about the welfare of their children. 3-0 to Bradley Watson.
Not Solana's. Well, some of the children.
Kashawn Fred told Corey, Billy, that he wants to focus on a career in broadcasting once his baseball career is done, whenever that may be. So perhaps you can give Kashawn some pointers.
So I didn't see that on the podcast. I saw Corey talk to him before the season where he also told you that, Corey. And I got to be honest with you, I think you need to be looking over your shoulder with Kashawn Fred, because I don't know him personally, but he seems to be a lot more personable than you. He obviously has more of a depth of knowledge of the game than you do.
Sure. It's
something to be concerned about.
The only counterpoint I would have to that is it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive, because we've had Ryan Guida come on, as you know.
Yeah, but he's a dud.
Wow. Wishing nothing but the best to the FIU great Ryan Guida now up in Montana.
Yeah, same.
It might have carried, but the left fielder, Barone, didn't even move.
Yeah.
He was Roberto Semente out there and left. He knew that thing was gone.
Yikes.
You're not so bad, Billy.
Just in general.
The true formation
of
any alliance. You're not so bad. The greatest partnerships in human history have begun with, he's not bad.
I have a great name for an AI broadcaster.
Okay.
AI Michaels.
Second baseman.
I dig it. I see the vision.
It's like Al Michaels.
I got it.
But it's AI. Because the capital I looks like a lowercase L.
Yep.
So it looks like his name, but it's not.
So an AI basketball player, AI Iverson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The answer.
What's the question?
I want to say I'm going to miss you, but
I'll miss you both. Maybe we'll just call each other in the offseason and just do this.
Let's golf. Let's golf, the three of us.
Oh, I would love that. You joke. I would love that.
They're the winners, but really we're all winners for having
First pitch with the extra little drop step there. Dropped right in. Solana goes for the safe route, but dropped it in for a little strike. A little hanging curve.
That was not a strike. You know that was not a strike.
No. Look, right here. Just a bit outside.
I got to be honest with you. TrackMan seems way off compared to where that looked from that angle.
Well, I've got to tell you, TrackMan is not generally going after pitches like that. I don't think it's configured for that type of pitch. That's why I also a little bit doubt that that pitch was coming in at a cool 57.
Well, what do you think it was coming in at?
Not 57.
Slower?
Yeah, slower.
Really?
Yeah.
You hear what he's saying about you? You hear this guy?
I haven't seen you throw a pitch yet, Corey.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what?
no.
He's right. We have not seen you throw a pitch yet.
You're right.
What's that about?
You know that whole athleticism bit that you and I have been doing all year?
I mean, you
a
walk
reason for
around these halls. You call yourself the voice of FIU,
I do
Mr.
not.
FIU. You put yourself on these Mount Rushmores and this and that and the other.
No chance.
And you don't even want to throw a first pitch. I feel like you've earned it. How about tomorrow?
Those who can't do, talk about it.
You know this wise guy tried to do Solana earlier this year?
Never been called a wise guy before.
When you were on air pleading your case to get a first pitch and possibly taking shots at me, I'll turn the other cheek on that one. It's fine.
The alliance is fracturing.
When you were doing that, this guy came up with the idea of Solana's calling the game tomorrow. Why don't you come and throw out the first pitch? And this is like the second week of the season. They were trying to get me to throw a second pitch the day you were calling the game to rub it in your face. And I said, I'm not going to do that. No, sir. Not to Solana. I would not. And I did not.
Did not.
I
Was not the
appreciate
answer.
that. I appreciate that. Now I know, where things lie with Corey. I'm glad our alliance is heading in the right direction during this broadcast, Billy.
Oh, I thought you
I'm here
meant
for
the
you.
alliance with me.
No, that
No.
one doesn't exist anymore.
That's what you think.
I would have done it, but I had an obligation. I want to be honest with you. I don't want to be a liar like Corey.
By the way, Billy, I did bring you one of your favorite snacks, an
Really?
onion. An onion, if you're
Did you
you're
actually
feeling
bring an
hungry.
onion? That's odd.
It's like when Willie Mays Hayes makes a catch like Willie Mays, and he gets told in no uncertain terms, don't ever do that again. I cut a word out there.
What word?
Nah, I'm not going to tell you that.
Where'd it go? Just in the sentence.
Disappeared in the ether.
No, I'm saying for context, I could figure it out. Don't ever. Is it there in the middle?
Yeah.
Got it. I think I can figure it out. Solana, did you hear about the kind of movement that's been going on around campus here? I don't know how often you're at campus outside of like games and stuff, so probably not often, right?
Not too often, no.
Yeah.
But I don't live far, so I try to, make sure I know what's going on,
Yeah.
the happenings, the day-to-days here at main campus.
There's a grassroots movement that started, I think, by the students. They want to put a Panther sanctuary out there in right field where the trees are.
Right.
Yeah. Corey's very against it. It's odd. He seems to think that something could go wrong.
Indeed.
Like what?
Exactly. That's what I've been trying to find out for weeks now.
Two scenarios that can go poorly as we close one last loop. Number one, it's in right field where a home run can be hit, which is not generally advisable.
There would be netting.
And
It'd be fine.
number two, and more directly,
Can I
and
ask
this
you
was
a
my
question?
initial point,
Can I ask you a question?
Harambe 2.0. Go on.
You think that they're going to protect the soccer field with netting more than they're going to protect living Panthers?
Well, the soccer field doesn't move, Billy. A Panther does.
But the netting prevents it from going on the soccer field. The Panthers will be safe.
I also don't think a home run ball would do any damage to a Panther, to any of the big cats.
Great point. Incredible point.
A wrong point.
How
if
so?
the ball gets there, the velocity is over 100 miles an hour, guys. It does not matter what living organism takes that to the face. It is going to do damage.
Wait, you think these Panthers are just going to stand there and get hit?
Yeah, it's going to be looking up through the net at the giant thing that's coming right at it.
And it'll move out of the way.
And then it'll try and play fetch after, and that won't go well.
That'd be awesome. What are you talking about?
And more to the Harambe concerns.
You plant a couple more tall trees out there, provide some more.
There you go. About
Coverage.
halfway to the Billy Gil Panther Preserve in right, though this time it will never threaten the endangered species as it falls into the glove of Austin Deering.
By the way, Billy, I did do a little bit of research into how much a Panther would cost
Yeah, and
to begin a Panther
Third
reservation.
baseman,
Yeah.
number 6, Javier.
Well, I didn't find any information. I
There you
did
go.
do research.
Free.
But very difficult
I
exactly
imagine it's a donation thing.
get
right?
a digit, hammer out a digit.
Yeah.
Concrete numbers, very difficult to track that
Yeah.
type of information down. Are there any Panthers in zoos?
There are.
Okay.
Zoo Miami has Panthers.
Yeah, okay.
They're honestly not as big as I thought. At least the one in the zoo wasn't as big as I thought.
Which again, directly to the point.
But I was also further away, so.
Speak to a representative of Zoo Miami on the weekly. Who would be very suited to answer all your questions, as that's a fly to center and no problem for Mikey Roberts.
All right, just a moment. Let me write that down.
All right.
Also, I live next to Zoo Miami. Can you ask that certain representative if maybe he just comp me a couple tickets?
For the zoo?
Yeah.
I'm sure you can make that happen.
Okay.
There you go. Making magic happen.
You want to go to the zoo?
On the ESPN Plus broadcast.
Well, I live right across the street. I could walk to the zoo in seconds.
Hard up. Hockman and Crowder, you can't go to the zoo. What's going on? What's going on with the Heat?
You were crying about the price when I asked you how much you were willing to donate for the Billy Gil Panther Preserve. Said, I don't know what I'm working with.
Awareness.
Trying to put your name on a facility on campus.
So buy Avril tickets, watch Benchwarmers, ask Ron about Panther Preserve.
And tickets for Solana.
And oh, yes. And
oh, it's going to be a busy week.
When's the baby due?
July 2nd.
Are you like trying to force your way into like Godfather conversation?
Yeah, I think I'm out of that conversation already.
Really?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm
But
sorry.
I
Still
understand
an uncle no
it.
matter what.
Yeah, still an uncle. I understand it though because she has 2 brothers.
Yeah.
That could get dicey.
Yeah. So who'd she go with?
Probably my older brother.
Oh, she's going with the brother.
I
so
don't know.
Just not you.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Could get dicey.
It's not just your mother that thinks you're a disappointment. It's also Jackie.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
But maybe a shout out on ESPN Plus to Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Could be the difference.
Change the math. Bringing families together here from the 305.
And tearing them apart.
That's only you.
But as a new homeowner, I'm very much hoping that we remain lucky here in Miami.
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You find a bunch of problems once you got in there?
100%.
Yeah, of course.
It's already a very big pain.
That's a requirement, isn't it?
Yeah, once you get in, you're like, oh.
And I'm not handsy. I'm not
handy.
Handy.
Okay, handsy is something else.
Good that you're not that
as
well.
Especially as an engaged man.